Be sure to check out the full video on the CleoShaye first version release, the RL LOLA, and that will give you a lot more in detail about the avatar itself. So this is the second version released of CleoShaye from the Perfection series, and this is the one on the left, and she has been made to fit the RLL LOLA from Sys3D. So this was the original one. So you can see it's quite a bit smaller in the body size. So the notable changes are the fact that all the hands and any positions on poses where the hands are close on the legs or on the hips, everything's been altered to fix to fit this RLL shape. Okay, one other thing that I have done also is I've increased the hands on the scalar default size on the hands to 70. However, I tested this and you can still use the 65, and you can even go down to a 60. Going up to a 75 poses a little bit of clipping here and there, but the range is about 65 to 70, 60 to 70, somewhere in there. So one of the significant changes is I've made the hands now 70 as opposed to 60 and 65. So you can see here that they've all been altered so that they fit nicely in each other. Now you can still, let's for example put on a 65, and you can see that still works. Okay, now you can even go down to a 60, and you can see there's a slight bit of clipping just in there, but it still works. However, if you go up to a 75, now you might get a bit of clipping in this. You can see that it's starting to clip that finger. Okay, I mean you can still use it, but to get perfection, obviously it's at the default at the 70. Okay. So just like the RL version, this RLL has a 110% leg scalar by default. However, I tested this right up to 120 and made sure that it would fit. Okay, so down here I'll just put you can see that it's very snug on the leg, but let's add a 120, and you can see it's still snug and it still fits well. Okay, so you're not going to get hardly any clipping at all. Alright. Here you can also see that the hand fits in there nicely in between the legs on this pose, and if I add the 120, you can see it sits snug on there as well. Okay, so that works right up to the 120 as well. And just remember, if you haven't seen the first video on the RL version, this is the first IMV avatar that's actually compatible with the combo scalars that has default scalars on her. Okay, so I'll just quickly show you this. For example, she has an 85, and she has a 85 on the shoulders, and she has 95 on the arms, and 70 on the hands. If we add the most popular one on IMV, which is the 85, 90, and 60, everything should stay the same except the hands should just go slightly smaller. So you watch this. So you can see there, okay? And it'll work with that one as well. All right, you can go up to the 75. You can see everything's changing. Let's go extreme here and go from 90, 95, and 75. So you can see there that the shoulders are out, it's further out. So it works with a lot of combo scalars. What's also cool is with the leg scalars, it'll work with these as well. So for example, I've actually made this version, the RL version, compatible right up to 120. So if we add the 120 here, you'll see the size of the legs, and you'll see that there's still no clipping. And if there is a bit of clipping, you can always put this combo. If I take this off, you can see it's just starting to go into the side there, but it still works. Okay. You can even use hand resizers, and remember that all the star hands are also compatible with this avatar and will lock the size. Okay. Enjoy this version of CleoShaye.